Okay. As to recap of last time, of what happened, all of you got to this wonderful house and you spent time in it, and then you realize that while it does protect you on the outside, it doesn't mean it can't protect you from what's on the inside already. The house seemed to bend and twist at all manners of speaking and not knowing what was going on when then you found it. The doppelganger. Sent after you by you don't know, or whom, or what. All you know is it shares the same sign of V as the research lab back in your town you came from, in Albion. You all decided to take a respite, a long rest afterwards. After the shenanigans that transparently happened, Corona, you got crawled out of the basement that was almost flooded with water. You also had a dog sicked on you, and then afterwards you snuggled up with Oberon because you smelled like catnip. Ava, you returned to your respite upstairs along with Slut, and night came. I need each of you to make a perception check.
Hmm.
13.
Nat 20 plus 15.
Okay. So,
I'm very awake right now.
you are very awake. Uno momento, one moment. So what you hear, Corona, is you hear the sound of like an airy...
I'm sorry, you cut out. What'd you say? Oh.
You hear an airy mist, almost like a voice, echoing very gently in the breeze. And as it does
I didn't know there
so,
could be a breeze in the house.
you see fog rolling up from the floorboards and around the corners. You can see,
oh no, not again.
You can see around you from the top of the ceiling that shadows have casted themselves there by the different lights in the house. All sorts of things have gone up and awry. The air seems to be getting thinner as well.
Thought we were done with this nonsense. Okay. Can I make an Arcana check on what the hell is going on?
You can.
Oh, well. Something. 24.
Okay. As you make that Arcana check, what you realize is what your magic is telling you is there is something undead in the house.
Another one? Correct.
There is something undead besides the butler.
Wait a minute. Where exactly am I right now?
You are under Oberon, who is currently snuggling and cuddling you to do catnip smells on the floor in the living room.
Still?
Yep.
Okay.
They fell asleep
And
on you.
It's the middle of the night.
Uh-huh.
Okie dokie. I have a feeling if I just call up to you, I'm just gonna alert whatever the hell's in the house.
Probably.
I
think your best bet is to try to get over on it.
Yeah, that sounds like a semi-decent idea, I would say.
What will you
What
do?
kind of check would I have to make to get out of here?
You would need to make a strength check of 25.
Okay, that's probably not going to happen.
Because they're pinning you down.
And I am comfy.
Mm.
Do I want to just stay here? Kind of want to just stay here. But the rest of you probably would not be happy about that.
What would your
So,
character do, though?
he would be comfy, but also dead things. I guess I have to go do this. Is there a blanket anywhere or something that can be used as a blanket?
There is a blanket on the chair.
Hmm.
It's 5 feet away from you.
Can I use telekinesis on Oberon? Because they are asleep. And just gently lift them into a position where I can put the blanket on top of them.
Why?
I'd rather not wake them up, and I cannot make a 25 strength check.
Okay. Are you going to try to crawl out?
No, I'm just going to lift them up with telekinesis.
Okay. I want you to make a finesse roll of sleight of hand to see if you can do it slowly.
Okie dokie. That would be a yes. That's a 28.
Okay. You are able to lift them slowly up into the air. I need you to roll me another perception.
Perception. That is a 22.
You don't hear any footsteps, but you can see that there is a large body with broad shoulders approaching down the hallway. And as you look to the corner of the room, a hand with long nails and fingers wraps around the edge of the doorframe as it pulls itself closer.
Jeeves, if that's you, say something, otherwise I'm blasting you. Am I getting any reply?
What did you ask?
Mm-hmm. Am I getting any reply?
What did you ask?
I said, Jeeves, if that's you, let me know, otherwise I'm blasting you.
Jeeves?
Yes.
You hear a reply inside your head. The dead has come as the Master's voice calls for anew.
Okay. I don't think that's Jeeves. Alright. I'm just gonna very nonchalantly put the blanket over Oberon and stand in front of them, making sure that nothing's getting past me. Alright. Look. Come out here and deal with me face to face. Or go back home and tell your master that he can go suck a fat one.
Roll another perception.
That's another 24.
Where you thought the body was before is no longer there. As the hand has dematerialized, but the fog ever increases further and further, to the point in which it's getting above your knees and rolling in thicker. You feel a large chill creeping up your spine and along with the rest of your body, as you can feel the presence of something cold behind you. Roll me a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Okay. It rolled past 19 and right onto a 3. Got a 6.
Oh, you got a 6 for a wisdom save?
Yep.
So, you are forced to turn around and are frightened. When you turn around, here is what you see. sending it right now. This is what you see.
I see.
You see a poltergeist-looking form with armor-esque knight around the shoulders. It has no arms, but with a sternum and ribcage of a skeleton creeping up to a flesh-molten neck surrounded by a skull. Well, there seems to be an armor plating across its face, where the eyes would be, but there are no eyes as it's going inside the skull while still being shadow-plated. The hands reach up, holding Oberon within its grasp, its hands overlapsed with his body. The master enjoys his presence. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Oh no. What can I do here? Wait a minute.
You are
Actually, I can do something. I can actually do something here.
Even though you're frightened and backing up?
Yes, I can actually still do something here.
Okay.
Oof.
What are you going to do?
Trance of Order.
What does that do?
Bonus action, aligning my consciousness with Mechanus for 1 minute. For the duration, attack rolls against you can't benefit from advantage, and any current effects are diminished, basically.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. You can see within the rib cage there is a ball of magic that is being charged up, as the grin of teeth begins to reek from side to side, forming into a large curling grin.
Kind of check what I have to make to see if this thing, what is it trying to do in terms of magic. Cactus?
You can make a check. You can make an Arcana check.
Okay. Before I make an Arcana check, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to cast Protection from Evil and Good to start off with on Oberon.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go ahead and do my Arcana check.
So you've casted this, however, like a similar metallic sheen, the hands begin to glow and reflect the spell onto you instead.
Well, at least I'm protected.
Remember,
which means I have more...
This causes you to remember the scene from the catacombs with the armored knight and the organ.
You again. Okay. Do a quick Arcana check here. That would be a 21.
You understand that this spell is a teleportation circle spell.
Can I counter spell?
What is your counter spell?
It would be a 8th level counter spell.
He's doing a 9th.
Which means it would still have to roll, right? Let's see. He's casting a...
He's using
DC equals...
He's using 9th level.
Wait a second. Is it...
If you counterspell at 9th level, you technically have to roll.
Right. Wait a minute. I think I have an idea.
You also get the sense that you have about 5 minutes before the spell goes off.
Right. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and use my 8th level dominate monster.
You can most certainly try.
Okay. It's gotta give me a save in response.
Okay, so you're using the spell Dominate Monster,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a monster.
Dominate monster works on a creature.
Ah, that's true. Spectre or not, it's a creature.
Dominate persons for humanoids, dominate monsters for basically any creature.
So what does it have to make?
It's gotta give me a wisdom save.
Okay. It got... Let me see here... An 18.
Yes! The save's a 19. Okay.
Which part did you cast it on? Because you said you were casting it on it.
True. If I had to target something.
I need you to make a sleight of hand for me.
Okay.
To evade its shackles.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. You manage to hit both Oberon and the creature.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes remaining before the spell auto goes off.
Okay. In that case, do I know where Ava and Slut's room is?
You know where Ava's room is.
Okay. I'm going to command Oberon first and foremost to walk up the stairs and go to Ava's room. And
let me roll Constitution for them.
A Constitution?
To wake up.
I don't have to. Dominate person's control. You can use your... From text here. What does it say? You can use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious. Doesn't say anything about them being conscious, which it does. It's best to obey. You can specify a simple action, which is attack that creature, run over there, fetch that object, etc. If that creature completes the order and doesn't receive further action from you, it defends and preserves itself. You can also use your action to take total and precise control over the target.
Okay.
And until the end of your next turn, it does only what actions you choose. So
Oberon
I'm puppeting.
gets up out of the arms, still asleep,
and
walks upstairs and goes through Ava's room and lays down with Ava. Ava, make a Constitution saving throw.
Got it, boss. Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
You feel something furry, but you don't know what it is. You're deep asleep.
Yep. She's just gonna mumble what the heck.
Darn it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, welcome, Slut. We're in the middle of a little weird thing. You're currently sleeping inside the dungeon where you are.
Let's see. What can I do? I have control over this thing too, right?
Technically, maybe.
Okay. So, under the assumption that I do, which Corona would think, happily, this is not suggestion, or charm person. Dominate person and dominate monster operate the same in that I can tell it to do whatever I want to. I'm gonna tell it to kill itself.
It attempts to use its hand to stab into its chest, but it phases through.
Well, I only have a little bit of time until it goes off. I'm gonna tell it to go off now and target itself.
As it attempts to use the spell now, its concentration breaks and the spell ends.
Okay.
It then attempts to stab itself with its hand. Again, it phases through its body.
I have protection from good and evil. Does it? I suppose evil things can still touch me with protection from good and evil, right?
Yeah. It just
Okay.
hurts.
Okay, so it would hurt them.
It's like a sting pain.
Okay.
But the thing about good and evil is they have to have malice towards you in the first place. So if they don't have that malice to you, it's not going to do anything.
That is true. What do I do? Can I use my last 5th level slot here and wall of force it into a dome?
You could certainly try.
Okay. I'm going to use my wall of force and make a small dome around it, or like a sphere. And hold it there.
As you attempt to do so, the armor begins to shake for a moment, extending and breaking the force spell altogether as you feel your hand sort of crack and smooth over as if blood now, as one of the veins inside your hand pops, and you feel an immense pain. Take 3 damage.
Seems like you don't like magic very much, do you? Oh boy. Well, do I have anything for holy damage? Actually, it's under my control. I'm going to use True Strike on it. Just to know its defenses as well as any vulnerabilities and advantage.
What does the spell do?
You point a finger at the target. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses, and on your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack, provided that spell hasn't ended.
Okay. So the way you use True Strike on it, and you gain. I'm not going to say you know all of its defenses, but you know one of them or 2 of them. You know that this creature. So you can see that this creature is very weak to physical attacks on its gauntlets, and it cannot be hurt on its body by physical attacks unless you strike the armor pieces.
Interesting. Okay. Damn it.
You also find out that its gloves, its gauntlets, have reflective capabilities on them that can reflect a certain tier of spells. Up to a certain tier. You don't know what the tier is, but it can reflect certain tiers of spells.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and command it to expose the weak point of the gauntlets.
You're commanding it to.
Yes, with dominate creature.
It just shows you the gauntlet.
Okay, so there's no actual weak point to it. I'm just going to go ahead and stab it with a trident dagger then. The gauntlets.
Roll me a DC.
Okay, there we go. That is a 21 to hit.
You hit.
Okay. And 5 damage.
You make a scratch into the gauntlet.
Fuck.
You notice that you stabbed into it. You kind of pinked off the side of it. And while you could scratch it, there is a groove now that you scratched into it.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
How long does Dominate Person last?
It lasts for 1 minute.
I'd say you have a action left before it gains consciousness again.
Okay. Well, in this case, I'm gonna tell it to stay here first, and I'm gonna fucking run upstairs and wake up Ava.
As you tell it to stay there, you get all the way to halfway up the stairs before it wakes up. Seeing, as Oberon is not in its arms, and seeing that you have fled up the stairs, it is coming directly at you.
Listen, Ugly, I ain't moved.
I want you to... So, I need you to roll me a dex save real quick.
Okay.
Oh no.
Let's see if I roll lower than a 10. Perfect. Okay. So what's it called? Transfer of Order turns this into a 10, so it is 19.
Okay. You're still taking half damage, though.
Give it all you got. I'm a fucking masochist. It's fine.
So, as the hand comes over and it slashes up, you notice that a curvature of a cut halts. 4 of them, 4 slashes in the air halt with a bright red glow as they then home on you. Let's roll for damage.
This is gonna hurt. I just know it. Fuck.
You are taking 17 damage in total.
Okay, that's better than I expected.
You are knocked into the wall. I need you to make another dex save to see if you fall down the stairs.
Of course. Okay. So that would be 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay. You don't make it.
Oh, my legs.
You tumble down the stairs. Ava, make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Ava, get your butt up.
Oh, that's a 3.
So with 2 fails
I'm
in a
trying.
row, you've been pushed into an even deeper sleep. You have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws now.
Oh, fuck.
I don't have any spells left.
You had a long rest. What the fuck? You didn't refresh your slots?
No, last time you told us it was a short rest because of context.
No.
Didn't you?
No, long rest.
Oh,
Long
shit.
rest.
Okay, well. I at least have these. That's nice.
So,
huh.
as it sees you, it's going to make a reactionary attack as you fumble down the stairs.
Alright, let's go. You know what?
Does
Fuck.
a 25 hit?
Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
You're taking 33 damage as it slashes at you once more.
Okay. Alright, I got an idea, and I'm not happy with you. Listen, Ugly. I'm gonna go ahead and take the... It is my turn now, right?
Yeah,
Or is it doing something else?
it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna take my Jug of Alchemy, and I'm gonna tell it to make salt.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it with my catapult spell.
Roll DC.
This is a dex save.
Okay. $25.
Okay. So I chuck the jar.
You chuck the
Obviously,
jar.
it doesn't hit, but
As you chuck the jar, it hits the wall and cracks open. from the force of the catapult.
Uh
No
huh.
longer have a jug of alchemy.
That's fair.
As it
What happens to the
splits,
salt?
the salt decks all over the floor. It doesn't do anything to him.
So it didn't even get on him?
No, he dodged out of the way. It went straight for like the dining room.
Okay.
Hit like the door
Interesting.
frame and spattered all over the dining room.
Fuck. Alright.
There's just like, 15 pounds of salt spread throughout the dining room.
Well, there goes my jug. Would it be an action to yell up to Ava to get the fuck up?
Yes. Well, no, it wouldn't be an action. You could yell. You could just like talk and yell, but it would have to make another con save. What disadvantage?
Ava, for the love of shit, get up.
Ava, make another con save with disadvantage. Remember, if you right click on it, a thing pops over for disadvantage. Oh no! You're putting
I'm
these.
about.
You are deep asleep.
I'm so
Where is Jeeves? Does he not hear any of this?
Who?
The butler.
He's currently in the basement.
The flooded basement?
He sleeps in a coffin.
That's underwater?
It's not like he can breathe. The fuck, he's dead. He doesn't need to breathe.
I'm about ready to blow this house up.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
All right.
his turn now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well. He's gonna come up to right in front of you and reach out his hand. He's going to touch you with a finger of death. You are taking.
I'm happy with it.
You are taking 55 damage.
Wait a minute. Since I still have the tattoo, does that just amplify my damage, or does that still allow me to heal from necrotic?
What tattoo? Which tattoo are you talking about?
The tattoo of the skeletal king. Boop, 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 boop.
Tell me what it says
Yes.
again.
You are undead. You have a secret mission. Immune to necrotic. Heal from necrotic damage. Resist damage, and have a secret mission. Double spellcaster DC on necrotic spells and deal double damage with them.
Okay.
When we went over this,
Yes.
I'm no longer
yes.
a skeleton,
No.
but I still have that.
So you can still heal from necrotic damage.
Okay.
For his bonus action, he's going to cast another spell. So you see as his bones on his ribcage glow, and as they begin to open, they stretch outwards and smash into you, slashing at you. So tell
I am
me,
not the tank. This is not fun. Please stop.
does 26 hit?
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Let me roll for the first bone. So, do you want all cumulative damage, or do you want just normal, like 1 by 1 by 1?
Give it to me at the end. It's
Okay.
fine.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
love oh no. Give me the oh no. It's fine. I love the oh no. I live for it.
72 damage.
All right.
Slashing.
All right. All right.
Damn it.
Ow.
Holy shit.
Oh God. I need to wake up and heal you.
I'm still here. Fuckface.
It's going to use all of its movement to go up, to fly up the stairs towards the room, where it gets to the bare edge of Ava's room. What will you do, Corona?
Can I gather a handful of salt with Mage Hand and chuck it at it?
You could reach out. Well, how long does a Mage Hand go for? How far?
Why salt again?
Is
It didn't work the
Wait,
first
Mage Hand
time.
is only 10 feet, right?
Mage Hand is 30 feet.
You could grab a handful, and technically you could throw it.
If it's undead, then I'm hoping that the salt will do something. I missed the first time. At least Mage Hand doesn't have a miss.
I would need you.
You can just drop it on it.
I would need you just to roll a flat 20. For DC purposes.
Let's see. Okay. Without any bonuses, that's a 15.
You don't hit.
Fuck.
So you chuck a clump of salt, but you chuck it over the railing and it lands on the floor. Clunk.
God damn it.
Was that your bonus action, or?
That would be my bonus action. Let's see. A regular action. You know what? I know the gauntlets. It's facing away from me, right?
Yes.
I'm going to. It's used necrotic already on me. You know what? That's an idea. Is there any space inside the chest cavity?
Yes, only from the front, though.
Okay, I can work with that. I'm going to cast Wall of Force inside the chest cavity.
Okay. I'm gonna have to have you let me make a roll real quick, because his armor is gonna counter this. Let's see if the armor succeeds. What level is it?
It is a 5th.
So as you go to try to fill the space with it and crush it, what happens is you feel the force around your hand as it begins to twist, and you break two. Let's see how many fingers you break in your side your hands. Oh, you break your whole hand as it twists and contorts, breaking all the bones in your left hand. And as it breaks, it twists into almost like a, like, you know in a sundae cone when it like spits out like the sundae and like it rotates up like that?
Uh-huh. It's a swirly.
Yeah,
Okay.
your hand slimmed out into a long swirly.
Okay. Fucking hell. I'm gonna use my movement to try and at least charge up behind it with my knife still.
Okay,
Can't
so
attack it, but it's still
you
there.
would have to get up the stairs.
Okay. My legs aren't broken at least.
Nope. So the stairs is 35 feet.
Okay. So I'm about 5 feet behind it then?
Yep.
Okay. I have nothing in my inventory I can use here.
It's turn now. You see as it shimmers for a moment and phases through the door frame. And as it does so, it appears on the other side as it floats forward, cradling Oberon in its hands, clutching around it. It picks Oberon up. And as it does
Oh
so,
no.
it's going to use the rest of its movement to get to the back corner of the room. It's going to use its main action to start casting a teleport circle. And its bonus action, it's going to use one moment. Loading for me. It is going to... Where is it? It's going to be sending... Oh wait, no, never mind, it can't do that. It's out of range. It's going to hold its bonus action to stare at the door intently to make sure that nothing can come in, and when something does come in, it'll trigger something.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know this, so I'm just gonna try and open the door. Is it open?
The door is open.
Yep, Corona's just gonna fling the door open.
As you do so, sending hurtling towards you is... I have to roll for it. Oh, come on, game. Load my fucking roll.
This is a very determined drow.
We're very determined.
My hand is broken, my legs are out, my partner is asleep.
I'm not trying, okay? What the hell? Dang it.
I don't blame you, I love you, I swear. Sweet Jesus.
It's gonna throw a spiritual weapon at you.
Okay, is it casting spiritual weapon though?
It already had one.
It already has one, okay. Shit.
So, as it does so, you see a plasmatic version of the hand gauntlet careening towards you. Let me roll for this. Does a 20 hit? Got a nat.
Yes.
It got a nat 20.
Yep, that's a hit. That one's a hit.
Okay. You are taking 15
I'm taking
damage.
dead. Yeah, I'm dead.
You're incapacitated.
I'm on the floor.
Unconscious.
I'm a chill here.
So, its turn now is up. It's still focusing. It's going to use its action and bonus action to focus, cutting its time from 5 minutes to 3 minutes.
Can I try to wake up again?
You can roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
And while she's doing that, can I make death saves?
I need her to roll
think
first,
it's
and then you
dead.
can roll your death save.
Okay.
Ava, what'd you get?
Wake up. 5!
You are hardcore deep sleep. You take double disadvantage now. So meaning you take disadvantage with a negative of 4. Meaning you minus 4 to whatever you roll with your disadvantage roll.
Ugh.
Corona. Make a death saving throw.
First one's a 19, so
You are up
that's
and at them with 1 HP as you wake up from the dead. You forgot what it
Okay.
felt like to be dead.
Jeez. Not again. Never again. Ava, get up.
You can see that she's just kind of like snuggled up in her blankets with Blueford.
I hate doing this. I'm gonna cast Firebolt on Ava.
Okay. You're also going to be hitting Blueford.
They're both getting up. That's a 30.
Okay, so you hit. Ava, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage and -4 to that roll.
Still? Oh my god.
She still has to do the roll. It's not instantaneous.
Oh my god.
0. A fucking badass 0.
Oh my god.
And that was max damage on my Firebolt.
So, how much damage did she take and how much damage did Blueford take?
Oh, that's a 23.
So they're taking 23 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just lower Blueford real here, and I'll roll con save for him.
Okay.
He got
Right.
a 21.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Blueford is awake and groggy, and he looks over and sees Oberon, and he's instantly mad. He's just, "Ugh."
You know what? I just had a good idea. I had a very good idea. And I haven't used my action yet. That's an even better idea. All
And
right.
what will
let's-
you do? Blueford is now on top, growling.
I am going to go ahead and use Gears of Gluttony.
Okay, so to explain to the audience here, due to Corona being friends with Blueford for a long enough period of time, he has gained a level 1 Infinity ranking, where he is able to now use his abilities as aspects onto Blueford. But not to the same extent of Oberon, because Oberon and him share a special bond.
It's more of a minor buff, but you know what? In this aspect, I will definitely take this.
What are you using?
Gears of Gluttony, and that is a 31.
Okay, you managed to cast it. So while you use Gears of Gluttony, he's not in range.
Oh. Hmm.
Gears of Gluttony has a 10-foot range, but the bed's 15 feet away from the corner.
Okay, still, Blueford's got to run up. That's fine. Okay. That's unfortunately my action.
It is now the Spectre's action.
Mm-hmm.
Enough time has passed, and his spell goes off. Upon doing
Mm.
so, you see a white beam of light surrounding him, and boom, as it shreds through the top of the ceiling and the floorboards of your house, cratering down a white pillar of light that sends him up into the sky and zipping away. Upon doing so, a chalk etch mark has been burnt into the ground and fades away into dust. Upon reconvening, Slut, make a Constitution saving throw.
I was not expecting to make saves. Hold on. That's an 8.
An 8.
18.
8.
Okay, so as you wake up, you were inside of a cell, and you're inside of a cell inside of a building somewhere. You currently have a gag around your mouth, and your hands are cuffed away from each other inside of a hold, along with having these black gloves on for some reason. As you look into your cell, you are surrounded by iron bars of cold iron. As you can see, there is hundreds and hundreds of Fae in multiple containment cells. You're surrounded by Fae of all different kinds. Fairies, elves, satyrs, centaurs,
Great.
all kinds of them. And you see a multitude of men with surrounding as the cells go around in a multitude of ways, surrounding them. And there's multiple pods of vials and beakers and all kinds of lab equipment, as well as there being a few surgery tables. And as well as you find a strange looking machine. A machine that has two walking legs on it. It has some kind of draconic like mouth. It has wings on it, mechanical and geary, dripping with oil. As you see in the back part of it, there seems to be what looks like a high elf, stripped naked, completely pale white, with its eyes gouged out, and it seems lifeless, put in some kind of purple translucent fluid. As the machine fires up, static rings out around the body, jolting and shaking it, as you hear a loud scream echoing in your ears, as it then muffles by the sound and clanking of the machine as it rides up, roaring out. The machine bolts up, buffing up and standing up on both of its legs, towering 6 feet above every person in the room. A man climbs into it and is able to walk as the hard metal clanks against the metal floor. You can see in the back parts of the room surrounding multiple tubes, similar to the ones you saw in the church that were filled with that strange liquid that Corona touched. You're not sure what it was. And in doing so, you see a flash of light as the creature that you just saw, that your team saw, the creature pops back down into the room. By the way, if you want to look at it, it's in D&D Adventure. With its dark armor, its skull piercing ahead, shadows lurking, and in its body you recognize that body. It's Oberon. As they strap Oberon onto the table, they begin their inspection. What will you do, slut?
Okay. That's a lot of information. All right. Did I know I was teleported away by the card? First thing foremost.
Yes.
I have a quick question too. I wished that he would have his stuff back. Does he have it somewhere in the room?
No. His stuff is at the
Okay.
windmill.
Okay, so this is no longer the windmill. Interesting.
I can see Oberon here, and I'm assuming he's not at the windmill, which means I don't have magic. Great. I'm gonna... You said I'm cuffed separately, not together?
Your hands are cuffed together, but they're being separated by a wooden board. And you have these strange black gloves on.
Okay. And what do I have of my entire equipment?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
You are naked. Like, completely naked.
I mean, I'm used to that.
Like, nothing is on you naked.
At least you're used to that.
Alright. Trying to... Okay. I mean, first things first, I want to try to break out of these cuffs. Is there any kind of check I can make for that?
Well, I would need you to make a strength save.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, let me get to the page on my computer. Strength save. That doesn't matter, it's the same thing. It's a 12.
You don't break out.
Okay. Can I shimmy over to where the thing that I see Oberon?
You can.
Can I? I'm gonna shimmy over to the Oberon
As you
machine.
shimmy over, pushing different Fae aside that are trying to sleep and others are trying to rest, you get to the metal bars as you touch them, and they slightly burn to your touch. As you can look, you can see a number of men strapping the uncapacitated body of Oberon down before some kind of metal lift pulls them up into the ceiling as a wide opening comes out from the ceiling and it goes up. For a brief glimmer, you can see almost bleachers of people surrounding as if this is a medical exhibit.
Oh. I mean, there's not much I can do when I have literally nothing. Not even magic. Fuck. I'm assuming I'm gonna be tied up for like this for a while until I can break out, right? I can't even talk because I'm gagged. Can't get the gag out because I don't have hands. I can't get the hands out because I fail my strength saves always. So I have a +0. I'm going to look around. I'm going to take consideration, and I'm going to go and sit in the furthest corner from visibility as possible.
You go and do so. As you go and do so, you sitting next to you is a fire fae.
Okay.
A fire fae.
It's not like I can talk.
You can see its
I'm
tall
gagged.
and you can see its tall and lanky body stretching out. As you bring yourself close to the wall, you can feel the heat emanating off from it.
You said, did you say the cuffs were wooden, or was a wooden board between them?
Yes, you're held by a wooden board. Those are the cuffs.
Oh.
It's a wooden
Is the
board.
fire fae?
It's a wooden board that's being snapped together and held by iron shackles.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, the cuffs itself are wood. It's the shackles that are not. Okay, I get what you're saying now. Okay, that's fine. Does he seem to be emanating fire?
Not at the current moment. He seems to be kind of dampened out since he's sleeping.
Okay, but I would recognize him as a fire fae.
Yes.
Okay, that's good news for me. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna nudge him just slightly.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slightly nudge him, see if I can wake him up.
As you nudge him, so he does wake up a little bit, and as he wakes up, his fire kind of like bursts up a little bit, flaming up a little bit.
I'm gonna move so I can like move my hands towards his flame, and I'm gonna give him a face like
Roll me sleight of hand.
And that is an 18.
Nice.
Okay, you were able to do so without him noticing, as he sees you with a grin, but he doesn't really know who you are. He's kind of creeped out, but you managed to start the flames up against your wood as they are now smoldering and cindering.
Great, and I'm gonna let it burn and then break him off. Pretend to keep him attached, but I'm gonna let it burn apart.
Okay. Slowly but surely, as time goes on into the night, hour after hour, it smolders and burns, creating a deep crack.
Hour after hour?
Yes.
Oh. If it's gonna take that long, I might as well start the ritual now in the corner. I can spend an hour to use if by focusing for an hour, I can resummon my book. You know which book I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
My tome, which is my source of magic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, if this is gonna take a while, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna focus while it slowly smolders the heat.
2 hours has passed, and the shackles are completely broken in half. You can free your wrists at any time, but you hold them together to make it appear as if they're still together.
And I guess in my hands would be my book.
Yes, there is a black, unseen, untitled book embroidered in all kinds of the fanciful laces around it in front of you.
Yep. That sounds perfect description of it. All right. I'm gonna go and I'm going to so now that I have magic, what do I do with it? All right. I see Oberon still, right?
No.
And he's still being
Oh. You don't see Oberon because they got lifted into the ceiling where then it got shut and you don't know where they went. There's just a giant metal pillar in the middle of the room. There are a bunch of like lab coats surrounding it and all kinds of different tables with Fae being experimented on, all kinds of manners, and you hear them screaming as they begin doing surgeries. What'd you say?
This is gonna sound batshit, but is there a way I can hide my book? I'm naked. I know I don't have clothing to hide anything with.
You can attempt to, for only sleight of hand.
Shove it in your prison pocket.
That's what I was trying to get to, but sleight of hand, you said, or stealth?
A stealth and sleight of hand, and I take the average of the two.
Great, because the sleight of hand was an 8, but I got a 30 on stealth.
Okay, so you managed to ram it into your asshole and stretch out your prisoner's pocket to the point in which you could probably keep it in there for a few hours before the pages get damaged by your shit.
That's fine. I don't actually have to hold it to use it. I just need it to have it on me, or I guess in me in this case.
You can keep the book in your rectum. I can't believe I just said that. You can keep the book in your rectum for 5 hours before the book is completely ruined.
That's fine. At that point, I could just summon a new book. I love this topic here. All right. All right. Okay, there's gonna be a very shitty shit later on, but for now, this is what we're doing.
Well, I mean, at least the pages have a lot of fiber.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's my intestines are fine. All right. So, let me see what spell would be actually useful here. Oh, casually, I'm just gonna cast mage armor on myself.
So
it's a touch spell. It doesn't require anything.
As you attempt to do so, what happens is the gloves constrict around your hands, and as they constrict around your hands, you feel an unimaginable amount of pain as your magic recourses, recurving into your body through the gloves and dealing 2 damage.
Okay.
Your spell fails.
But I don't get mage armor, do I?
No, you don't. Your spell fails.
But it's an at-will.
You waste the slot that mage armor was in, by the way.
Oh, don't worry. It's an at-will spell. I don't have to use a slot. That's one of my class features. I can just cast mage armor at will on myself and only myself.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a very good use of an Eldritch invocation. Just free mage armor. Okay. Alright. So I'm naked, I just took 2 damage, I moaned a little bit. I don't even know what to do with this. It's not like I can make any other kind of sound. I have a gag in my mouth. I mean, really, this is just a place I'm used to. I'm just not used to having to escape from it. God. Alright, okay. Alright. This is a difficult mental task for me. I can't use magic, but I have my magic book. I'm gonna try to cast Mage Armor again and see if it still does that.
So as you cast
is it
Mage
a
Armor
one-time
again,
thing, or is it a permanent thing?
So as you
Let's
cast
find out.
Mage Armor again, the gloves restrict further around your hands as your magic recourses and reverbs on yourself, dealing 12 damage.
Okay.
You
Well-
broke the wait. You broke the shackles, right? Why don't you just take the gloves off?
You're right. That's a smart point, but my brain didn't work like that. Listen, intelligence is not something of sluts. I do have a 12 int. I am smarter than I am strong, but not that smart. So 12 you said?
Yep, you take 12 damage.
Okay, I took it. I'm gonna look back at these gloves and I'm gonna be like, oh, it's the gloves that are hurting me when I try to cast magic. So I'm gonna try and slowly like remove the gloves.
So as you take the shackles off of you, you try to remove the glove, but you can't because it's tight and skin tight around your hand right now.
Yeah, but like everything I wear is tight, skin tight.
Because you attempted to use magic twice, let me rephrase this for you. It is so tight
It's
that it's
too tight.
cutting. It's suction to your hand. You can't get
I
it
mean,
off
this
right
would
now.
be the literal version of sleight of hand, right?
Damn. You know what? If only I had a dagger, I could cut the glove. But you know, it's too late, too now. All right. My dumbass caused myself to be permanently gloved and unable to cast magic. Great. The gloves are what? You said the shackles are metal, but what are the gloves?
The shackles are wood mixed with metal as bolts to keep them together. As
Question.
there is a key for them to like come undone. The gloves, you don't know what they're made of.
At all?
Is your tentacle a spell?
Technically, it's magic.
Okay, but can you make it? Can you make it appear from anywhere or no?
I can make it from anywhere within 30 feet of me.
Can you make it appear on
Actually,
yourself?
it's 60 feet. It's a 60 feet. It's 60 feet. Yeah, I can make it appear myself.
Could you make it appear underneath the gloves?
The problem with that theory is, right,
Uh-huh.
is it's technically magic.
Yeah, if
Black
it gets
tentacle
too
is
tight,
a
it might just
spell.
rip.
Black
No,
tentacle.
no.
If it's magic and he just tried to use magic, right? It's at this point the gloves are gonna cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's magic, and I just tried to use magic twice,
True.
and it canceled the spell. I still don't have mage armor. Is what I'm saying. So, like, I could feel the difference if I have mage armor or I don't have mage armor. So, you know,
Right.
so I would know that it's not working at all, which is why I tried to cast again. Okay. My dumb fucking
What you gonna
ass.
do, slut?
I'm going to try to I mean, I can move my hands, take the gag off, right?
Yeah. Good.
I can take the gag off. I'm going to take the gag off.
You
And just
untie the
pretend to
gag.
have it in my mouth.
You untie the gag, and you tie it loosely around your mouth so you can still speak if you need to, but you can clench your teeth and make it look like you're gagged.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going for. Thank you. I'm going to talk to the fire god. I'm like, hey, man, hey.
I'm gonna roll
Hey.
a con save for him.
I'll touch him again if I need to.
Oh
Like,
shit, he got a
listen.
nat 20. He's deep asleep, man. He ain't coming out of it.
Yay. Okay. So this man is like dead asleep. I think he's a dead body at this point.
Yeah, you think he's
All right.
rotting?
I'm gonna like Great. I'm gonna.
So,
I don't
as
know.
all this is happening, one of the scientists come towards the door, unlocking it. As they pick up an Aarakocra that was in there,
Oh God. One of
they
my
pick
favorite
up
creatures.
they pick up the Aarakocra and drag it over to where one of the chairs are, and they begin to ring a loud bell. As the bell rings, all the Fae wake up and startled as they look towards the man, and he says, "Welcome, welcome, my wonderful test subjects. We are all going to watch as I introduce you to what we are doing here. You are all going to die, and you will never see the light of day again. So, why don't you see what we're going to do to you? It'll be a wonderful process. And might I add, you're doing the best thing that we can have right now. You alone are changing the world. You are becoming the fuel for our fire, and we are going to make the fire everlasting. This mechanical machine, it is the power source from your body and soul. It brings upon you the very life essence of the world. So, let us show you how we butcher your bodies."
This is a very Hydra thing,
You
and I look.
Nazis? The fuck?
So, as
Yeah.
they strap the Aarakocra down to a
Yeah.
table, they bring it all up towards you as they slowly start cutting off the wings, and they also start trimming the bird like a chicken.
That's absolutely horrendous.
All in front of you.
I'm going to.
As
I'm.
he comments, "Now we have to trim up the bird. Let's take off the wings, and as you know, we're going to trim you up like the chickens that you are. We might even roast you. Oh, I do love roast chicken. So, we've
Listen.
taken all the feathers off, and now you're still alive. You're bleeding quite profusely, but you're still alive." As he uses, so you can see as one of the doctor calls over, "Come here, my servant."
All the Fae are awake, you said?
A man comes out
just-
around the corner, dressed in large garbs, as he points to the body and says, "Okay, now, what I would like you to do is pulley incarcerate some of the wounds." So, the man uses a precise firebolt to slowly cauterize all of the open veins. So, this
Can I
looks-
pause you for a sec?
Huh?
I have a very important question. You said all the Fae are awake now?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to, is the fire guy awake? The one that's next to me?
Yes.
Okay. So while this man is speaking, I want to hush in low murmurs because, well, I would assume it's much harder to hear me when someone else is speaking very loudly and clearly to the entire room. Valid assumption, I would presume.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hush to him. I'm like, I want to help us break out of here. I have magic and I have my shackles loose.
Do you
The
speak
problem
ethereal?
is, I do not speak ethereal.
He can't understand a word you're saying.
I don't know that.
Okay, as you continue to
Because
talk
he
to
can't
you,
speak.
as you continue to talk to him, he looks over at you, and he looks puzzled.
Okay.
Verbal
You know, I have
language.
a spell
Like,
for this, which is ironic. I have a spell for this. It's a shame.
So, as the man continues to speak, he says, "Now as we've dressed up the chicken, we are going to put it in the vial." So, they dunk it inside of a purple-like liquid as they then begin to shock it, as the body subsumes, and as it begins to mix and churn inside the liquid, they put the vial chamber underneath the ground where you can hear loud screams of it screaming for its life in agony. This happens for... So as this is happening, he says, "Now, as to get the drift as what is happening, we are going to give you the full experience of the process. So, I shall be returning in 5 hours. In the meantime, listen to the screams of this person that you're going to never see again. Ta-ta!" So he
All right.
slowly starts to walk out of the room, as for the next 5 hours, the only thing you can hear is screaming Aarakocra.
That's rough. That's rough, buddy. I kind of want to go and unhook all of that I can from the guy right next to me.
So as you reach over to his shackles, he moves his hands away and looks at you.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
doesn't-
nod.
He looks scared of you.
I undo his shackles.
By how?
Well, he's already kind of smoldering. I'm assuming the wood's kind of burnt.
Kinda.
Yeah, so I'm
So
just
as
gonna
you do
pull
so,
it
his
apart.
shackles burst up in flames and disintegrate off him.
Yeah,
Roll a DC not to
That-
catch on fire.
that's fine. I'm naked. What it's gonna catch on fire?
Dex.
Con save?
I need you to roll me a dex save so you don't catch on fire.
I mean, your legs are furry.
Sorry, not
You're-
dex. I need you to roll me a con save. Sorry, con save.
Oh, okay. I was hoping for a con.
You could have fire crotch, slut.
I got a 19.
Okay.
My hair is too thick to that.
You managed to bend the hairs around you to make it so it never touches the fire.
Yeah. I nod to him and I look at him and I look at my hands and I look at him and I look at my hands again and like I'm trying to get him to understand that I want him to help me take off these gloves.
He doesn't understand.
I'm trying to point. I point to the glove and I point to like the edge of it and I point to him.
He turns to you and he points at his glove and he turns his head.
Okay, and then when he points at his glove, I'm going to go and try to pull it off.
So as you go to his glove and you attempt to pull it off, he smacks you with his arm. Make another con save.
Why? Why would he do that? So dumb.
He has a -4 for intelligence.
24.
You manage to evade his...
I refuse to burn today.
You evade his fire, but you are pushed away from him as he cuddles up closer to one of the other elemental phase. One of the earth phase. And he goes behind them so that he's now next to the bars in the earth phase between you and him.
Is there any other creature that isn't like, I don't know, like that I would recognize as a creature I could probably speak to?
Well, as I told you, there's high elves, dark elves, drow, there's shadow elves,
Are there
wood
any near
elves,
me?
There's also elementals, and there's also
Are there
a
any
couple of-
near me?
So currently in the cell you're in is filled with elemental phase and Aarakocra.
I'm gonna go to the one of the Aarakocra.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, hey.
So
I'm
you
gonna
see-
nudge over to him and I'm gonna speak and I'm like, hey, I think I can get a way for us to get out of here. Please, for God, Aarakocra should speak common.
So the Aarakocra looks to you and he says, What do you mean? What do you mean you can get us out
Well-
of here?
Well, I can get out of. I show him my hands. I show him that they're separated. I show him that I can separate his hands but I also show him the fire guy to burn the wood. And I'm saying
Says,
I can get.
crazy? If you make a fire in here, we'll all burn to fucking death.
No, I'm crazy, but I used the fire to get out of this. With that, we can get safe. We can get out of shackles. You can take off my gloves, and I can use magic again, finally.
So the Aarakocra is gonna go over to the fire, the fire fae, and he speaks to it in ethereal. He understands that he wants to burn it off, so he flares up his leg and does so, but the Aarakocra fails on the sleight of hand. and upon doing so, catches himself on fire with the shackles.
That's fine. I'm gonna pat all the flames to get it off.
Like, no, he's fully engulfed in flames.
Yeah, I'm gonna like just cover him. I'm just gonna like hug him until the fire dies.
Okay, so as you hug him, roll me a con save.
It's one of my strongest saves. 17.
You don't make it.
What?
So you are engulfed in flames. Completely head to toe engulfed in flames. You are taking 13 damage from the fire. And now I need to roll for the other Aarakocras.
Great. Slut.
Yeah. I don't know
Would
what else I can do.
Would be a grapple?
What?
If you tried to like stop, drop, and roll the both of you, would that be a grapple?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
You just told me you were grabbing. You told me you were going to grapple them and, like, down.
I was literally saying I was going to hold them and, like, try to get the fire out. That's what you...
Well, I thought you were snuffing it with your body. You people do dumb shit sometimes, so I don't know what you're going to do.
I mean, that is a fair point.
You can't leave it up to my... You can't leave it up to my interpretation. You fucked a damn gargoyle. I can't tell what you're going to do.
I didn't fucking gargoyle. I shot him in the ass. I just shot him in the ass.
Okay.
Gargoyle's got very sensitive prostate.
Every Aarakocra.
My fault he got turned on.
In the cell, there is only 3 Aarakocra that have not gone up in flames. The rest of the 25, the rest of the 25 Aarakocra inside the room have been engulfed in flames, and are currently screaming with their gags on.
I did bad.
You got 3 left.
The Fire Fae try to help put it out, but they start spreading the fire further. And so now the Fire Fae are freaking out, and their flames go up, and it's making the other flames hotter.
Is there a water Fae somewhere?
Oh, fuck.
You know, it would be very useful if I had any magic that I can summon water with. Fucking can't do anything without magic. My character is fully revolved around this. Ah!
So, upon doing so, Slut, you were taking another 16 damage.
That sounds about right.
As one of the Aarakocra falls over dead, cooking on the ground.
I look over and I say, everyone, please, just stop, drop, and frickin' roll around. Get this fire out.
So,
as I scream that,
as you do this, everybody, including the Fire Phase, stop, drop, and roll. So as the Aarakocras start to put out the fire, the Fairy Phase burn the fire onto them again as they roll over the other Aarakocra.
Is there not any like water Fae?
You haven't
Is there
looked.
not any water Fae?
You haven't looked.
I asked you about what's around.
You asked. Make a perception check.
How? I'm on fire!
He did tell you that there were elemental phase.
I didn't tell you where, though, because you weren't asking about the other cells. You just asked about this cell.
16.
You see there is a water elemental that is 1 cell over.
You're telling me this motherfucker is just chilling here while the entire place goes up in fire?
He's sleeping. He failed.
I thought everyone was awake. You specifically said everyone was awake.
Everyone was awake. I have to roll
Like
for...
literally 5 seconds ago.
I can't speak for his character.
You do. You
That
literally
means
do.
you literally.
He is awake.
Literally
He is
5 seconds ago, and immediately after the door closed, I fucking started a fire in the entire room. What the fuck?
Okay, all the screaming has caused him to look, but he is not doing anything.
Dumbass. I don't speak ethereal. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Go to the bar and be appealing. Be sexy. Be on fire. Use your charisma stat.
In my
The only
flames,
thing we
and
use-
I try to get him so turned on that he comes over here to fuck me clean. Okay? How's
Okay,
that work?
So, roll me a persuasion.
That's a nat 20 plus 11. Fucking hell.
You managed to turn him on extremely so. So much
I
that
fucking hope so.
he tries to attempt to go all the way through, but his body can't go all the way through. So part of his body tries to go through the cold bars, but it hurts him. So he jolts back and tries to go through again.
Uh-huh.
So as he makes his way through, he wraps around you, strapping you to the cold iron. You are put out from the flames, but you also feel an intense burning in pain as the cold iron is burning your skin. He also
Beautiful.
attempts to fuck your ass.
That's fine. There's a book in there.
You are currently getting fucked. And your book is...
Wait.
Your book,
Are the flames extinguished, though? That's the important part.
your flames have been extinguished. Your flames have been extinguished.
Okay. I look at him. I look at my ass. I look at the parts of the room, and I look at him, and I try to like roll with him around the room to extinguish the other Aarakocras.
Okay, he's not in the other side of the room. He's kind of just stretching his tendrils around to you.
That's fine. There's still some tendrils of water, more water than the rest of them.
So,
Got it?
as you do so, you manage to put out one of the fairy fae, and they die.
That's fine.
One of them
I was
is
aiming for
dead
the
on
Aarakocra. I don't know how the fairy fae got in the way of the Aarakocra, but that's fine.
You managed to put out 2 fairy fae before your
Okay,
guts are...
how the fuck are these fairy fae getting in the way of me going to Aarakocra?
You put out 2 fairy fae, and now you've put out 5 Aarakocra.
Thank you.
After you put out 5 Aarakocra, they notice they're now covered in water as they see the water. They direct the others
Yes.
to come towards you, as they then pile
Yes.
onto you. As they pile onto you, you
That's
feel as
fine.
the stress is building, and now your guts are filled with water. I need you to
I
make...
can breathe underwater.
Okay,
Are you gonna poop out your book?
let me...
I can one of my abilities is that I can breathe underwater.
So,
Just
I need to see how many gallons of water he's gonna push inside you.
that's fine. I can deal with
Oh
that.
shit! He pushes 23 gallons of water into your ass.
I've taken more before. I fucked
Water,
Cthulhu.
water is pushed all the way through your whole system as the book is ejected from your rectum and water is spouting out of your mouth like a hose.
Climactic. All right. That's
You have,
canonically
you have
kinky.
you've managed to put out 5 more Aarakocra.
With my mouth holes.
The rest, the other 5, have burned to death.
That's fine. I
So there
saved
is-
10.
There is currently 10 badly wounded Aarakocra, burnt to smithereens, 3 dead fire fae with 2 remaining, and 1 earth elemental fae.
You know, this is a better fate than they would have had if they didn't get killed by me.
I mean, this is true. Kind of.
You
Slightly.
are continuing to get fucked again. Make me a wisdom save.
I don't need a wisdom save to get fucked. I will be happy to get fucked. I will make it though. That is a 23.
You manage to refuse to come, and you don't find this appealing anymore.
Oh, that's not fair. Oh, come on. Let him
You
man
could have
come.
voluntarily failed to save.
He
I
loads
didn't
you...
know it was a save to come. Can I choose to? I'm gonna choose to fail the save. Come on, that's bullshit.
You already made it.
If I knew it
already
was for
happened.
that, I would fail. I'm choosing to fail. No,
No more butt juicies.
It already
I'm
happened.
choosing to fail.
It's already his turn.
Nah, it's too late. No, I didn't know it was a save to come.
It's his turn now. He is going...
I already came. I'm coming. Period.
No, you're not.
That's not fair. Yes, it is. It's my come. I can choose if I come or not.
You're not coming.
Not
Your
according to you.
The save says otherwise. So,
AO the god says that you're not allowed to spew your
So-
own
No,
shit.
fuck that. I'm gonna come,
so
and you're gonna enjoy it.
what happens is you are filled with another 11 gallons of water. Make me another wisdom save to come.
I fail. I choose to fail.
You come all over the ground and you pass out.
It's fine.
Back to Corona and Ava.
I can't. I pass out after one shot. That seems depressing.
No, it's the second. No, yeah. Back to Ava and
Like, what the
Corona.
fuck?
What are you two doing?
I'm half dead.
Ava, you're awake. You see Corona is now on the floor, unconscious, with Blueford looking utterly shocked at what just happened and has raced over to where Oberon was and is sniffing the ground and kind of like scratching at the carpet.
Oh, what the fuck? What's going on? I'm going to run over to Corona, and I am about to heal you. About to get the healing of a lifetime, boy.
I
Give me a second.
appreciate them.
Hold on. Gonna. But, I'm going to do a. Shit. I'm gonna do a 5th level cure wounds on you.
Okay. Alright. Oh,
That's gonna give you 26.
You've been
okay.
You are already alive, but you're alive more now.
Okay, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm going to do a 3rd level cure wounds,
Thank you.
and that's gonna give you 16. Are you alright?
I'm now at least in the 40s, so that's something.
And I'm also gonna give you a minor health potion. Yeah.
Ooh,
I have to.
okay.
We're in the same range.
So, are you going to drink the health potion?
Yeah, I'll take
You
it.
better fucking
Okay.
drink the health potion.
Okay, upon drinking the health potion, cast a 3rd level cure wounds on yourself.
Okay. I do not have cure wounds, so Ava will have to.
3rd
Just-
level cure wounds. I can do that.
Yeah, roll a 3rd level cure wounds for him.
We'll just make it. That would be a 24.
Okay.
You drink the potion and feel invigorated as the bottle fades to dust in your hand.
I'm gonna sit up and try and dust off my face, covered in my own blood juices.
What the hell happened? And where's Oberon? She's gonna go
You're
over
asleep.
to Blueford and like try to like pull him like towards her, just like, hey buddy.
Blueford is
I'm
very
trying to calm
anxiously scratching at the ground right now. Where
Okay, she's gonna
Oberon-
let him scratch at the ground.
where Oberon was, and he's like very anxious. And he's sniffing around.
Let him calm down for a little bit. Oh my god. Ugh.
You want to explain to me what happened here?
While you were asleep, someone came and stole our lion.
Someone came and said, "What?"
Yeah. That thing that was in the catacombs that we fought, that suit of armor that kicked our asses,
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back.
The fuck you did? Oh no. Where did
It
he
looks
go? Where did?
so, Corona. As you say that, the suit of armor and the thing you saw, they look similar but different.
Right. Right. Let me rephrase. Something similar came back and kicked my ass and stole our lion before teleporting away in the corner of the room while you were asleep.
Where are where Blueford is digging right now?
Yeah.
Ava's gonna immediately walk over there. And are there still marks, like the mark on the ground or the
There's
seal or whatever?
still a burnt chalk mark on the ground, slightly diminished by Blueford's scratching, but he walks away from it and he seems very sad with his tail between his legs.
She's gonna like pat him as he walks away. It's okay, buddy. We're gonna get him back. Can I do a arcane? Can I do a arcana check right on that seal?
You can.
Damn,
So
that's a 9. Fucking low rolls at the low rolls tonight. Fuck.
Burnt.
high, ironically.
Do I see what Ava's doing?
You see that she's trying to identify something, but you don't know what.
I'll go ahead and give my roll of Arcana while kind of gripping my own broken hand. Let's see.
So I'll say this, because you had multiple cure wounds on you, the cure wounds had reset as you can. So the first cure wounds, it reset the bone alignments of your hand, and you felt that, by the way, so that's going to be painful. And
Yep.
the second cure wound stabilized your hand, filling in the gaps of flesh and skin around it, while also making it, stable. And the final cure wounds had strengthened your bones slightly, and the health potion has returned your hand to full capacity. You can just tell and feel where all the little cracks and deviations were, like phantom pain, and it hurts to move your hand even a little bit.
I'm gonna just keep it in my back pocket for now, and go over and try to give Ava some assistance with the Arcana check. Here, let me have a look. Got a 33.
You notice that is a teleportation circle.
Can I tell what kind of teleportation spell it was?
That's the spell, teleportation circle.
Okay.
It's an actual cell.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah. That's like a
So, based on that and the fact that it specializes in magic, can I give a relative description of what the spell does?
You understand that teleportation circle is a spell in which you have to have a chalk marking somewhere on your body that correlates to another chalk marking somewhere else, and upon doing so, activating it causes the spell to warp you to that point, no matter where it is in the world.
So, good news and bad news. Good news is I know what kind of spell it is. Bad news is the range of it is undeterminable.
At least it's the same plane.
We need to find out where this goes if we're gonna go get over him.
I would love to tell you that, but teleportation circle has no range limit.
And
It
I
does have
have
one limit. It has to be the same plane of existence.
That is true. I will mention that as well. There's somewhere here.
Somewhere in your plane of existence.
Somewhere in this world.
Or universe.
I have dimension door, but
yeah, that's
I would need to.
That's only to a place that you know of.
Yeah.
If only you had your dimension horror.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this? I'm looking over the actual spell right now outside of metagame. Is this an edited version of teleportation circle? Because it's supposed to normally be 10 feet.
It is an edited version.
Okay. I'm gonna be sure of that.
It's a
Um.
it's a hybrid mix of a spell.
Okay. Can I tell what else it might have been mixed with?
Yes, you can. You can see that the markings of it have an almost liquidy look to them on the burnt marking. Of it used to be chalk, but the burnt marking left behind is liquid that
You want to
is
go lay in my room?
eerily it is a liquid. And I need you to roll me another Arcana check.
Okay. This one's an 18.
It seems like the spell was powered by a pool of necrosis.
Hmm. Does it seem similar to what I touched?
What
No.
you touch?
It does not. Okay. More interesting.
But you can sense that it oozes with necrotic energy.
There has to be a way. Um,
Can
Slut doesn't have his book, right?
I just have my
no,
book.
It's
unfortunately.
currently ruined.
My book is currently in my ass.
No, it's out of your ass. Got ejected by the 23 gallons of water.
Yeah, but that doesn't. It's a magical book. Water doesn't break it. I literally go underwater with it constantly.
Yeah,
Actually,
but I told you.
magical tomes and such can be ruined by regular means. Stupid as
No,
that
but
is.
it's like specifically like a book granted by Cthulhu for me
I
to
told
use,
you it
and
would
I.
last for.
Oh,
I told you it would last 5 hours. It's been.
Well, no, the book doesn't last 5 hours. Like you said, it would last 5 hours in my ass. It
Yes,
wasn't five
yeah.
hours.
I know, but what I am specifically telling you is because your ass was already full of other things, and because it has now been filled with water and it is covered in water, deterioration still goes.
I mean, it's like it's literally a book from a god, I guess a deity of water.
If it's not getting ruined by the water, it might at least get ruined by the shit. So,
That's fair.
Either way, it's degrading, is what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, it's degrading. It's a book by Cthulhu. He wouldn't write good things.
Okay,
Anywho.
continue with you and Corona and Ava and Blueford.
yeah. So, necrosis. I feel like the Skeleton King should have something to say about this at least, but I wouldn't know how to contact him.
Well, can't you try to reach out to someone?
I mean,
Well,
there is.
wait.
Mhm.
What about if we both call for Slut in our head?
Our names aren't in his book anymore.
No, we wrote it in there once, so it should be in there forever.
No, it's a new book. It has to be written in there, just canonically speaking.
Okay.
It specifically you have to write it in every time I get a new book.
Which he has
This
a new
has
book
happened
now.
before.
Yeah.
Like
Uh.
before, if I like after I saved your asses with the spell, overnight I'm like, hey, could you write your name in my book? Because it washes shit away. So yeah, that is a thing I have to redo. And you would know that.
Let
I
me
just have to
see.
say that part.
I'm gonna try and reach out to either the Skeleton King or Illustrier. See if they can weigh in on this.
Roll me religion.
Nothing doing. It's a 9.
Upon doing so, you are then contacted and you are transported, disappearing from sight, in front of a council of a circular table that you saw before of the Skeleton King. You
Okay.
appear in a seat as a dark figurehead once before you, where you cannot see the faces of any other people sitting at the table. As you hear a voice in your head, "Why have you contacted us?"
For the sake of the Skeleton King's revival, I want to know sources of necrotic energy on the plane.
Given that you will be the returner of the king, There are pools that exist in this realm called necrosis pools. They are the very essence of necrotic energy and where it plumes from. It is why we have necrotic energy and the reason at all, and why you can do any spell. To find a pool of necrosis is to find an unending birthing of necrotic energy.
Is there any way to track them?
Necrosis is pure energy. You cannot track it, not unless you are dead.
Hmm.
The dead have pathways, and you have forsaken yourself from the dead. While you will still be our giver, and this is still your job, you have forsaken yourself from the pathway of the dead. In doing so, consequences are to be measured. You take 25 psychic damage.
Okay. Am I sent back or no?
When you take this 25 psychic damage, a voice says to you in your head, "You will still give birth to our Lord and Master, but you will not be immune to the effects that it has on your body now. Best of luck, mortal."
Alright.
You are sent back, and you are sent back on your ass. As you come almost like from the wall, and you get shoved out of the wall, appearing back again, and you fell on your ass.
Where the hell did you go?
Went to get help. Help didn't like me. But thank you for the healing. I needed that.
Okay, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to call someone you really don't like. So I suggest you and Blueford get out of the room.
Out of the room? Okay. I'm gonna call Blueford. And I know he's feeling a little somber right now, but
He walks over to you and stares up at you with his puppy dog eyes, and he leans into you heavily.
Aww.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll get our lion back. I don't speak doggo, but I'm gonna give him like nice face mushies.
He make a strength save.
That's fine. Oh wait, strength save. Oops. Wait a minute. Oh, that would have been the same number anyway. That's a 15.
He jumps on top of you and pinned down on the floor as he lays on top of you.
Blueford, while I enjoy puppy time, we need to give Ava room. Come on.
He licks your face.
God damn it.
I will leave the room.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna leave the room and close the door, and I am now going to be in the hallway myself.
You're in the hallway with yourself. Well, technically, what will you do?
I am going to call to a wall.
Oh, boy. So, you wish to embrace the priestess?
Yes, I am going to embrace the priestess.
I need you to add one passive level to your passive class.
Shit. How do I?
So when you go to your passive class, on the passive classes for the Discord, it's just like a note in your player that you have a passive class level.
Yeah, I remember that. Shit. Passive classes. Priestess.
So level 1, you get Chaos Surge, which allows you to summon one wild magic effect by rolling a 1d100 and then consulting the charts. Through chaos in the world around you, you can add one advantage or save check to your choosing. By doing this, you also have to halt the fact that you used once per day unless you cast one spell or above that refreshes and you roll 2d100 and take 2 effects from the chart.
Okay.
So there's
Just
a
a
wild
question.
so there's a wild magic table. And
Do
any
summoning gods count as magic?
huh?
Does summoning gods count as magic?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then.
Because I just want to talk to her.
I'm just explaining this to you for now, Ava. So you have one wild magic surge effect where
Hmm.
essentially once per day you can make a chaos surge to use wild magic, but if you already used your surge, if you cast a level 1 spell with the intention to refresh your surge,
Hmm.
so when you cast a level 1 spell at any given time after you use your chaos surge, it'll refresh your chaos surge, but you have to roll 2d100s and use the effect from the chart.
Okay. Okay. So what do I
Anyway.
roll if I just want to try to talk?
Religion.
Okay, that's what I thought. Give me a sec. Please, my goddess, come to me.
What'd you get?
Hold on. Oh, I got an 18.
Nice.
So you
Oh.
summon her as webs from the ceiling get surrounded as the room becomes completely dark as you see 2 reddish eyes staring out as she crawls from the ceiling down to you. The room lits in a dim pattern as you can see the spider/woman body and soul surrounding you, wrapping you entwined with spider silk as she then talks to you. What can I do for you, my priest?
Oh, my wonderful goddess, I need your help. I'm calling for my heart. I need you to help me
Well, I can help
with
in many
something.
ways, my priest. What do you need help with?
There's a rune in the room. Don't understand what it is. I know it's a teleportation portal, but I need to know where it goes. I need your help to get there. She's doing this with huge puppy dog.
Teleportation circles are a bit out of my forte.
Please,
But I
my
can
goddess.
have a look at it.
Thank you.
I make no guarantees as to where it may lead. As she opens the door and she sees you there, Cronus, she goes, "Oh, well, isn't it the loyal subject of one of my daughters? You,
Make
of
it
all
no.
people, had to be here."
Please, let's not worry about that.
So she scratches Blueford's back as he wags his tail on top of you, thinking it's you. She says, "What a good little doggy, holding you down."
Cronus just gonna sigh, try and hold his tongue for the moment because there's other things on the line, but definitely in his mind thinking that if there were different circumstances, I would happily gouge out your eyes.
It seems that the poor little wimp can't even muster himself over a dog. What a truly pitiful sight you are. I guess you'll never find yourself to have the strength.
I'm just gonna ignore her and continue to pet Blueford. Good boy.
She goes over to the teleportation circle, and as she touches it, she sees much of a sort of imagery, and she recoils from it. As she recoils from it, she looks at the rest of you and says, "I cannot help you."
Ava's eyes are just gonna fall to the ground. He's gonna look utterly just distraught and hurt. And she just must say, I understand, Mike. Sorry.
At this point, Krona's kind of snickering. Oh, so the mighty Lolth actually has things that she's afraid of too. My goodness.
And she says to you, coward fiends, for you're in the presence of your gods, and I would suggest that me being the mother of my daughter, you're subject to me as well. She spits a spider web across your face and casts Hex on you. You have 5 minutes of breathing air left in your lungs.
And I'd waste every second praising the fact that you are terrified of whatever made that.
Ava's just gonna look like, my God, that's what I need him. Don't kill him just yet. I need baits. He'll be baits.
Oh, the mighty goddess of spiders. How pitiful that you would recoil from something that mere mortals had to fight.
Shut up.
So she snickers to you and says, oh, well, isn't it funny that you'll be suffocating very soon? But it isn't also funny that you can't bear the weight of a simple society, that you had to leave one just to crawl up and snivel inside your own little ways, that you can't have any friends or anybody around you. You're nothing more than a pile of worthless shit, trying to eviscerate something that you can't have.
Just admit the fact that you can't do anything about whatever made that, and I'll agree with you.
Ava's looking just like worried between the two, just like,
I choose not to. That thing that is there, that is outside of my boundaries. But might I say that my lovely, lovely lady shall take care of you just nicely. As she touches the ground and she picks up the dog, moving him to the bed. You are now surrounded by tarantulas as they start to nibble and bite off your skin, Corona.
How pleasant.
My lady love, I still need him. He's useful. For now. Don't kill him yet.
You know, I would be surprised if the Skeleton King would let this slide, considering I'm supposed to be reviving him. But, you know, it is fine.
I'm only a mere servant. There's nothing I can do.
Just keep this man, well, painfully tortured. She whisks away back into the ceiling, and the spiders continue to gnaw and eat away at your skin, Corona.
How much damage am I taking first?
Oh, we shall see. Can you be poisoned?
You know, that's a good question. Can I be poisoned? Yeah, pretty sure.
No.
Yep, I can be poisoned.
You are poisoned, and you take 15 damage.
God damn it.
That's all fine and dandy.
I can't fucking help you now.
I'm gonna go ahead and just cast a chromatic orb on the ground.
For what kind?
Fire-based.
Okay, as you do so, you light yourself on fire. You burn them all away, but you are now on fire. You take 18 damage from the fire.
That's fine. Corona's that kind of person that as long as it's intentional, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Oh, when I
Is
get
just like sitting on the ground now, just like, fuck. Did you have to talk?
when it comes to her, yes.
Ugh. Jesus. You
And I'm
could
going
have
to use greater
shut.
restoration on myself to finally get rid of that poison. So,
As you do so, the poison is fleeted from your body. You are still in fear,
poison.
though.
That's dandy.
What will you do?
Is
about the
there a
fire?
bathroom nearby?
There is a
Yeah.
bathroom in her room.
I'm going to do a smart thing and just turn on the water.
You turn on the water, and as you turn it on, you put the fire out. It snuffs, and you are now completely moist.
Now then, that is over.
Obviously.
Uh,
You didn't have to talk. You could have shut up for like 5 more fucking minutes.
the moment that that bitch walks in the room is the moment that I want to gouge her eyes out. So,
I know, but Jesus fucking Christ.
if I had all my spells, I would have tried to. But I'm not that stupid.
So,
You know,
it is now the end of the session.